Well, good morning! Well, something crazy happened last night, as most of you guys know. And I'm pretty late to the party, but let's see this ban list. Jeez. To be honest, I've already seen it, but I will give you my honest opinion of what I think. Alright. So, announce, blah, blah, blah. Okay. There's going to be a ban list. I haven't dealt with a ban list since Yu-Gi-Oh! Honestly, once Yu-Gi-Oh! Started their ban list, I didn't have money to start playing anymore. Well, I mean, honestly, I was just young too, but beside the point, let's see what the ban list will do and if I can understand or, like, make sense of everything in my head. So, effective on the 25th, so pretty much what is that, the release of BT7? Or the pre-release? Digimon Fusion will be banned. And, yeah, Susanamon, coming out for one cost is just pretty much broken. He does way too much for what the card. This card was always going to be. Oh, sorry, my bad. This card was always going to be an issue, right? It's just so universal, pretty much usable in every deck, especially with the added of Analog Boy or Youth, and so it makes anyone, any level 7 a threat. The fact that you can pretty much play it practically for free, one cost for Susanoo, but I mean, this card not being banned now is just going to be a problem for them making cards in the future. Like, they want to make really powerful level 7s to represent the Digimon that we grown to love. So if they don't ban this card, they can't make such powerful Digimon, and because of like the cost reduction, and reducing anything by 6 is already broken. As I saw, like HBD reducing by 5 by just suspending was already broken, which they saw like, okay, at 1, and it's still like, it's not winning every tournament, but it's still a very powerful card. Most times when they get a good HBD turn, a green player could potentially win, but again, with the current meta how it is, it's going to be a little different. But with Mega Digimon Fusion, it's like they get a free practically level 7, and man, I do feel bad for Lilith Loop players though, because like, man, that deck was just picking up steam re-picking up steam, and I kind of wanted to play it myself just to give it a shot, but I mean, you can still play it at Nats, but yeah, sad to see it go. But I mean, obviously, it was one of the cards that was an issue when I first saw it. I was like, man, this card's broken. It's just waiting for the right level 6, and yeah, or sorry, level 7. But yeah, give an explanation. Okay, and then restricted to 1, February 25th, same day. I mean, the card is really good. I've already known how good it is ever since playing it in Agumon Control, and then just imagining and watching it being played in Security Control. It's just, yeah, at least it's limited. It's not like completely banned. It's still very usable. And yeah, I agree with this one. As a yellow player, mainly, like, this only really, to me, hurts, like, Security Control. Yeah, I'm not seeing like any other where I use this deck. I mean, it's good because you can splice it into other color. Like if you were to run like a black yellow, and then you could like you can splice in this to get like recovery. Extra memory is always good. I'm just trying to think like what other deck that's not like a security based kind of style deck would run this. So I don't know. It doesn't seem like it affects me personally as a yellow player too much, because I wasn't even using the card in Lord Knight. But I can understand why in the future when options become a lot more crazy, and Security Control just gets a lot more toxic than it already is, especially with the addition of like yellow hybrids. Oh man, when yellow hybrids become like when they were a thing with Security Control, it was like, man, not only are they like pretty much threatening, each tamer is potentially a Digimon like a swing, but now like they're recovering, and not only that, but like you know what they're recovering. So if it's a good one, like it's an option, you're like, oh crap, I'm eventually gonna have to hit into it or play Delicate Plan. And I'm still talking about this card. My bad. But okay, let's go back to let's go to Ice Wall. Ah man, like this. I honestly limiting to one is kind of sucks. I don't even want to play the card. But I was just like, man, I was excited to just play against it. I mean, just to kind of see what it is. I guess like that's my main beef with this whole ban list is that we didn't get to experience the oppression, so we're kind of getting like a ban like a before we even know how good the card is. I mean, yeah, I mean it's only been tested. I mean, it's been tested for practically like I don't know how long Classic's been out on what's it called OCG, but like obviously they're the ones like really calling for it. So I would imagine like I mean I guess we're calling it for it too, but I don't know. It just sucks because it's like I never really got to feel the oppression. And for the blue players that were excited to have this card like at 4, now you can't. But at least there's still one of which you can still use at very strategic moments that can still be super clutch. But like the reason why this card is broken is my bad. So the reason why the card is broken is just because wait. Well, I'm so I just lost my train of thought. Okay, blah blah blah. All right, back. It's because it's a 1-cost stall. That's the only reason it's broken. And if you can think of any other stall card in this game, it doesn't cost 1, and that's the issue. If you're gonna stall your opponent in this game, you have to give them memory. And in this game, it's like, or in this card, it's a 1-turn stall that also chokes your opponent. When you combine those two, it's just like, ooh, okay. I can see where it becomes an issue. But again, I haven't been oppressed by it yet, or it hasn't been used on me yet. So I kind of feel like I can't really give my like happiness to see this already being restricted. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's going to be seen playing in Nats, and then we'll see what happens at Nats. Okay, so then I will probably then feel the oppression. There it is. A lot of oppressed today. Sorry, I don't know. It's just I feel like that's what the main word has been. Yeah, I saw this one coming. Ever since like honestly, the first person to point it out was DPP. I looked at the card more, and you could see that Savior is the issue. The restanding mechanic is the issue for Jessamon. It's so many checks at so much value because now you get to drop 2 Sister Mons or get 2 Sister Mons back versus just 1. It does suck though. To 1, I don't know if the deck is gonna be like crippled. It is just gonna be a lot slower. So maybe I don't know. But as a player who's just starting to learn Jessamon, starting to play Jessamon more, Savior Huck is just like when you see that guy, sometimes you're more happy to see him than to see the Jessamon because yeah, Savior can get there with everything because if you have a Sistermon in play, the ability to restand in red is just so powerful. Yeah, so sad to see you go, man. But at the same time, I see why they had to do it. Oh man, another one. Eismon. I bet he's really good. I feel like he's very good and very like fast, but I just didn't get a chance to really experience it. So it's tough for me to be like, oh, this is a fair ban. But like all we have are like some of the OCG videos that they posted, and he is very, very threatening. When like you can potentially just kill one of their rookies, thinking like, oh, cool, I'm gonna be out of lethal. If it triggers like a mill or not a mill, but like a demi mare or something, that can honestly just be like, oh, this guy just gets played now. I'm like, oh crap, I didn't play around this 5k guy coming from his hand. But I mean that's where I'm saying like as we played more, we could have played around it, but now we don't get the chance. seems unfortunate. Purple was gonna be a lot of fun with the Eismon. At least they didn't ban the scatter mode. Scatter mode is still pretty broken. On deletion, I think he's a graceful charity, so you know, still good. And full list of that restricted February. Oh, sorry, that's not even until April. So okay, so yeah, a ban list. I kind of like that this is the way they're going to be handling the cards, though. I'd rather them not like do a cycling of cards like how Magic would do. At least that's when I used to play Magic the Gathering. They used to like do like only the most recent packs can be used or whatever. This is like a black block format or something. I'm not really sure with the terminology. However, yeah, I mean that's just my opinion on the ban list. Like, sad to see some cards go, but I also see like that sometimes like it's necessary to ban them now so that they can develop cards in the future without fear of this card or some other cards making the future cards more overpowered. I think the term is like power creep. I could be wrong again, but all right. If you guys like this video, this is definitely a first timer for me. Not one of the players that usually comments on this, but I guess because it does affect the competitive scene, this is something that I should be acknowledging a little bit more, and it is important. So I hope you guys like get anything from the video that you didn't get from the other ones, from the other content creators. But thank you for your time. Enjoy. Have a good one. Peace.